So JP Morgan Chase implies that they are free market when their entire business model is designed around government bailouts and government contracts. And when Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are at the core of pushing planned economies via Agenda 21, their business model is shutting down their competition using government regulation and then exempting themselves from those regulations while becoming bloated on the blood, sweat, and tears of the American people via corporate welfare.
The circumstances surrounding JP Morgan, how big an opportunity is this right now?
The American people are angry at Wall Street. You know what they want? They want our financial institutions to invest in the real economy. They want Wall Street to be lending money to businesses.
JP Morgan claims they want to get America moving in this ad, that they want to see that entrepreneurial spirit thrive. While making investments in China, where they have no carbon tax, JP Morgan is at the center of driving a program to shut down the majority of power plants in the country and, quote, bankrupt coal, which is projected to more than double the price of electricity. JP Morgan Chase and the other 5 mega banks are diametrically opposed to a real free market and a true system with competition and private property. They can only exist via a government license to operate their private Federal Reserve. While people like Jamie Dimon, who they're now pushing to be the new Treasury Secretary, sits on the highest levels of the private Federal Reserve Board while he sits as the head of JP Morgan Chase, giving trillions of dollars of free credit to himself and his shareholders. That gives a new meaning to conflict of interest and Fox guarding the henhouse. And who owns the private Federal Reserve? The Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. 12 years ago, they merged their banks. In 2012, they publicly merged their family fortunes. I'm not just talking to people in the United States. I'm talking to humans worldwide. We are under bankster occupation. They think you're stupid. They think you don't understand finance. They think you don't understand what fraud is. This is a criminal takeover by a group of globalists that have given themselves unlimited capital through fiat fraudulent derivatives. I want to close with a quote by one of our greatest founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, because he understood who the enemy was 230 plus years ago. We need to understand who the enemy is today. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. The issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. Thomas Jefferson, the issuing power. They can issue unlimited fraudulent derivatives paper and then have government sign on to the fraud they created and declare us their debt slaves. I'm Alex Jones for Infowars.com. And if you are watching this transmission, remember, you are the resistance. That's right, and we're going to come back, and I'm going to give you my review of the New World Order propaganda, World War Z. I tell you, Brad Pitt and his UN front war criminal wife really ought to be ashamed of themselves, no matter how many minority children they tow around with them as a set piece of how good they are. Brad Pitt, who I know knows about the New World Order. I've talked to multiple people in Hollywood that know him. Showed him my films, Aaron Russo's film. Aaron Russo actually, I'm not going to get into it. It's just really is a major bummer. But I guess he likes flying around in helicopters, being treated like he's important. I've gotten the breakdown on this film. It's really sickening, and it's just par for the course. Maybe Brad Pitt's just stupid. Maybe his wife's stupid too, but I don't think so. But there you go, JP Morgan Chase. Folks, a lot of you can be delusional and think you're a Democrat or Republican, think you're part of the power structure. They plan on ending this republic. They want you poor, and they want you dead. They are the enemy. They are the New World Order. They are Satan in my book. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Sodium fluoride in the body reduces IQ and increases cancers. Unfortunately, fluoride and its derivatives are only one of hundreds of toxins being added to our drinking water. We're battling the globalist on so many fronts. Health is an area where we can all take control of our lives, and it all starts with that basic building block of water. It is time to purify our family's water. The ProPure filtration system with added fluoride filters is the best system from my research to protect you and your family. InfoWarsStore.com already has the lowest prices on ProPure water filtration. But until December 10th, we are going to offer 15% off the already lowest price. I know what I'm giving my family this Christmas. ProPure. Go to InfoWarsStore.com and get 15% off the already lowest price out there with the code WATER15. WATER15, and you get 15% off at InfoWarsStore.com.
Hi, my name is Annette, and due to menopause symptoms for nearly 2 years, I suffered severe hot flashes, which prevented me from sleeping all night. It was so hard to work because I continued all day to have the hot flashes from hell. I was exhausted and depleted. After only 3 weeks on One World Way, I have no hot flashes, and I'm sleeping normally again. I feel energized and strong. This is an amazing product.
It is a little-known fact that every single cell of your body is supposed to produce 10% of its protein content as glutathione. But due to toxicity and aging, it does not. Could glutathione be a missing factor in optimal cell function for your entire body? If you restore the optimal glutathione levels in your cells, especially your glands and organs, then as a result, your glands and organs work better. Imagine the quality of life improvement you might have. To order One World Way, call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld.com.
Jim Newcomer from Midas Resources, November 30th, 2012. Gold opened this morning at $1730.50. A 1-ounce gold coin can be purchased for $1773.27, $886.64 for a half-ounce, or $443.32 for a quarter-ounce. That's $1773.27, $886.64, and $443.32.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? Wait a sec. Gold and silver is going up while Congress is trying to settle on the next debt increase. And there's no end to this madness. That old 401k and IRA can be converted into physical gold without tax consequences. I explained this in my book, 10 Reasons to Buy Gold. Don't let time slip away. Call for your free copy today, 800-686-2237. Get away from that Washington spin and get honest answers about gold. 800-686-2237. The book is free, 800-686-2237.
Smokers, are you still smoking traditional cigarettes? Are you still smelling up your clothes and car interior, staining your teeth, and getting ashes everywhere? Why? When you could be smoking or vaping with e-cigarettes by LeSig. With LeSig e-cigarettes' revolutionary microelectronic technology, rechargeable battery, and unique replacement cartridges, you'll get all the satisfaction of smoking, but no smoking hazards. Choose from a wide variety of our new American-made Vaporite e-liquid flavors at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com, or call 870-518-4307. That's 870-518-4307. LeSig e-cigarettes for today's modern smoker. Warning, e-cigs may contain nicotine, an addictive substance known to the state of California to cause birth defects or cancer. Please be aware of the risks associated with e-cigs prior to use. You must be 18 years or older to purchase.
Don't forget, I'll be back this Sunday live, 4 to 6 p.m., Lord willing, and we do need your prayers, not just your support and spreading the word about the broadcast, because make no mistake, we're giving the globalists a run for their money in defense of human life. Okay, as is often the case, I saw some emails coming into the office a few days ago. I saw some comments on YouTube last night. Hey, Alex, why aren't you covering and doing a film review for World War Z? You know, this is incredible propaganda. So I went and watched the trailer. And I went and found they've got the full synopsis online. They're not hiding that it is basically an adaptation of the book, and is the book broken into 3. And having my background knowledge, I immediately knew what was happening. This is a United Nations world government acclamation event. Angelina Jolie, and we have some shots of her up on screen for TV viewers. Radio listeners, just type in Angelina Jolie UN. Does all these disgusting photo ops claiming she's trying to help Africans when she's pushing the African invasion. She pushed the mass murder of Libya and handing it over to al-Qaeda. Now the 20-month attack on Syria using al-Qaeda. I mean, she is a world government front lady consciously, and because there's nothing worse than being a pro-war thug and then saying you're a humanitarian. I mean, it's like Obama, the Peace Prize winner. I mean, Angelina Jolie is really bad news. And it blows me away. Because when you hear from one Hollywood person, oh, yeah, they've seen your films, blah, blah, blah. This is like 10 years ago. And then again about 6 years ago. And then to hear it from another prominent Hollywood person, and you're like, they've seen my films and know about the New World Order, and they're doing all this. So they've clearly decided to join the dark side. I even said like 5 years ago, well, they must be infiltrating it. Yeah. No, that is not what's happening. And, I mean, they're just doing so much bad stuff. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, you're disgusting. And this whole, I just hope when you're old and shriveled, if things even go that far, you remember how worthless your life was. There's still time to turn back, just like I told Lance Armstrong. There is still time. There is still time. And Brad Pitt may just be stupid. Angelina Jolie, just disgusting. Now, I'll do a larger review on the TV show tonight, but I just wanted to go over some of this. It pushes, and when I saw the trailer before I did research, I went, this is what it is. And I went and looked it up. It was that. That's how much I know these people. It's incredible. I first watched the trailer last night. I'm like, okay, everybody's saying, look at this. There's another zombie movie. It's all about dehumanization, teaching us humans are ugly and bad. The giant throng, is scum. So I went, and I read the IMDb Pro thing, and it was the same as the Wikipedia. Okay, so I know what the movie is. South African apartheid is the model for safe zones for the elite to protect themselves during the economic collapse from the zombies. So it's another archetypal preparation for the worldwide depression that's to bring us into Agenda 21 that will be accompanied by bioweapon releases that are used to reduce world population. White House Science Czar, John P. Holdren, Eco-Science, all their books, all their publications. I see what they wrote about 30, 40 years ago and till now, mirrored in the media, getting us ready for the consciousness, race, psychological narrative. So they're definitely thinking about doing this. This is the same military-industrial complex that detonated hundreds of hydrogen bombs in the upper atmosphere, trying to detonate the atmosphere. Source, declassified nuclear Department of Energy program, William Shatner's Trinity and Beyond. Okay, go look it up. They show film of this going on. These are crazy people. So don't think they won't release the bioweapon. All the SARS and the rest of it's just been a test. The United Nations implements worldwide the Rediker plan used to keep blacks on controlled zones, to keep the zombies out, but also to use the general public to fight and kill each other with the zombies. That's a metaphor for the police and military being used to take our guns, then we kill each other. This guy's showing his sophistication in the book. I'm going to read the book now. Continuing... most people die. World population's reduced down to almost nothing. The global government reconstitutes to save everyone. And the UN hero that will lead the world government fight against the zombies is Brad Pitt. And again, I'm not anti-Israel because Israel's just one set piece in this. But I saw it and I knew what it was and I went and looked it up and that's the plot. The giant walls that keep the Palestinians out, Israel is the only thing to stand and the only one to listen because they had walls, and you have images of Palestinians as basically roaches trying to climb up and get over the wall, and Brad Pitt, and we actually have some images of that. You guys can roll in the background if you want. Brad Pitt machine gunning with the Israelis, the hordes of Palestinians trying to come over the wall. And I mean, this is the type of stuff, and it's total programming. And folks, to know this at such a deep level, I saw the 2-minute trailer, knew what it was, went and read it. I knew it. I mean, I know these people because they just do the same thing over and over again. And you know what? Brad Pitt's probably, you think because somebody plays roles of a smart guy, he's smart. He must be dumb. I heard somewhere he spends like $500 on skin lotion a day to look like a pretty boy. Grow up and be a real man, Brad Pitt. Fight the New World Order. They're putting cancer viruses in kids' vaccines. Don't think you're immune. Brad Pitt, the New World Order is going to kill you one day. You watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, more coming up. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Sodium fluoride in the body reduces IQ and increases cancers. Unfortunately, fluoride and its derivatives are only one of hundreds of toxins being added to our drinking water. We're battling the globalists on so many fronts.